Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, guys, I am in a great mood. I look good, I feel good, I'm in a positive space. And the reason why this week I am is because when I was doing my taper, cutting my hair, picking it out, I was like, damn. It feels so good to have a nice head of hair for a change. And I know I've been growing my hair out for a few years, but I was just thinking back when your boy was bald as hell. And I'll put myself on blast, and I have no problem doing that. Now, look at this picture right here. As you see, this was a long time ago because my son is young as hell. I don't know, he was probably like 2 or 3 years old, but I had no hair. I couldn't grow hair for my life, guys. And it's so bad because, at least on my father's side, nobody's bald. Everybody has a full head of hair. When my grandfather died, he had a big ass afro. My father has hair. My brother has hair. We all have hair. And the reason why I didn't have any is because I was stressed the fuck out. And we know that that's one of the biggest killers in men is stress. Life stresses us out. Our kids stress us out. Our women stress us out. The world stresses us the hell out in general. So it takes a huge toll on our bodies. And this is why it's so important, guys, to remove as much stress out of your life. If you are with somebody that stresses you out, get that girl the fuck up out of your life, because all she's going to do is cause a lot of harm to your health, and it's not worth it. Why would you risk years of your life being with somebody that is a hindrance to your life, that's not adding value, that is literally contributing to your downfall? Don't do it. There is not enough piece of pussy in this world that would cause me to jeopardize my life for, as far as stressing me out. Don't do it, guys. It's not worth it. I've been there, and you know what ended up happening? I got that bitch up out of here. Any chick that has stressed me out has had to leave my life for good. Won't talk to them ever again. Can't be friends. Not interested in being cordial. It's not worth it, because you have to value yourself, guys. Especially if you have kids, you want to be there for them. You want to, if you have daughters, walk them down the aisle when they get married. You want to be able to hold your grandson and see where your lineage is going. You want to live life in general. Why be around people or be with people that's going to be a detriment to that experience? Get them the hell up out of there, guys. It's not worth it. Remember, time is something that we can never get back. So do not waste your time. Put yourself first. Prioritize your health, because people need you. So don't stress out, man. And stress makes you lose your hair. My hair started growing back when I got my son's mother the fuck up out of my life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, guys. And as soon as she got the hell up out of here, my hair started growing back. Now, it's not 100%, but it's getting there. And shout out to Revita, because they have been helping me. Got a little thin spots here and there, but as you see, compared to that picture, it's a lot better than it was. All right. Well, I got my freestyle thoughts knocked out for this week. So we gonna get to the main course, the main event, which is Tuesday content, the richest man who ever lived, King Solomon's secrets to success, wealth, and happiness. And we are wrapping up chapter 11, and this is part 4, titled Overcoming the Most Destructive Force in Relationships. Now, last week we talked about eliminating unresolved anger and Gary Smalley's steps to removing anger. Now, this week we are talking about dealing with anger of others. When dealing with other people's anger towards us, we really are talking about two situations: reducing their anger in a particular circumstance and helping them to reduce the reservoir of anger in their hearts. Now, here are Solomon's suggestions for reducing anger in a situation in which tempers are flaring. One is return softness for harshness. Remember, a soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger, says Solomon. Instead of returning insult for insult. Try responding with a softer tone, a kind or gracious statement. More often than not, the other person's anger will subside. Now, in order to do this, guys, you have to be mature and you have to be in control of your emotions, because think about it. When somebody is yelling at you, what is your natural response? To yell back. Sometimes, you might want to punch them in their face for disrespecting you by raising their voice at you. But in a lot of situations, it's better to be the calm, stoic, resolved one and make them look foolish, like they are acting out of character, which they are. Because when somebody is yelling at you and you just looking at them like, do you really have to raise your voice to convey your message? It really calms them down and it brings them down to reality, like, damn, maybe I am going overboard and I need to control my anger. Now, 2, don't add fuel to the fire. Solomon writes, for lack of wood, the fire goes out. So many times we want to have the last word, which is true. And when we do this, it's like throwing another log or even gasoline on the fire. By accepting responsibility for the things we did or said that were hurtful, rather than simply excusing or defending our words or behaviors, we remove fuel from the fire. Now, y'all know that having the last word of anything is just an ego boost, right? To make you feel like you won. And it really doesn't do anything, because when you have the truth on your side, you don't give a damn about having the last word, because as we know, the truth always reveals itself in the end. So even when you are going back and forth with a person and you finally snap back into reality and realize, like, why am I going back and forth about the truth when it is on my side and this person does not have the truth on their side? It's a waste of time. So let the foolish people, the dumb people, the stupid people, the ignorant people, let them have the last word. Let them feel like they got the one up on you, because once you give it time, once that truth reveals itself, they're the ones that's going to have the egg on their face, guys. Now, how can you undo the damage caused by your anger? Anytime you lose your temper with someone else, you have inflicted a blow. More often than not, the pain is not easily forgotten. You need to take responsibility to undo the damage you have caused. Doing this requires the same steps for removing anger from your own heart, but with a little different spin. 1. Define your offense towards the other person. What have you done that inflicted the hurt? How have you rejected or ignored their expectations? How have you created a loss or diminished gain? Clearly define the nature and degree of your offense. Now, this takes having a huge, superior level of accountability. Understanding what you did to that person, how it impacted them, okay? That's the only way you're actually going to answer these questions. And we know a lot of people in 2026 do not have the skill. They don't have the requirements it takes to have accountability. They just don't have it in them. They like to obfuscate for it. They like to blame other people or other things for why they did what they did. So in order for you to achieve this, you have to be comfortable with taking accountabilities for your actions, guys. Now, 2, tell the other person how sorry you are. Talk specifically about the particulars of your offense. Nobody appreciates or believes a generic apology. An apology that states the specifics show the other person that you really understand what you did and how it hurt them. Now, I don't make my son apologize for things that he's not sorry for. That's the thing that I teach him, okay? Just like, when your kids are young and they do something stupid, not knowing the impact it caused, and the parents will be like, hey, say sorry. And the kid is looking at their parents like, for what? That's the problem. See, you have to teach your kids why they are apologizing for the things that they are apologizing for. And when they do apologize just out of nature, the first question you want to ask them is for what? And then once they can explain what they did, that's how you know that they are being genuine with their apology, guys. See me, you will rarely see me apologize for anything, because when I do something, it's because I meant to do it. The only time I apologize to anybody is when I know this was the wrong move and I'm explaining to them why it was the wrong move and why the move that I made was just not right, okay? So you gotta be careful with these generic ass apologies, because people can tell if you are being genuine and when you're not being genuine, all right? 3, ask for forgiveness. Be specific on what you would like to be forgiven for. That's self-explanatory, guys. 4, work to restore the relationship to its earlier state. I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be tough, because when you hurt somebody and that pain is super inflicted upon them, it leaves a scar, guys. And even if you stitch it up, it's never going to be the same. Now, that's speaking from experience, right? When you cut yourself and you have to get those stitches, your skin is never the same. It's going to leave a mark. So this whole work to restore the relationship to its earlier state, good luck with doing that, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, that relationship, might, be sustainable, but it's never going to be its natural state like it was at the beginning, okay? Now, let the other person know that you wish to respect their boundaries and move at their pace. True wisdom is never passive, it's always proactive. Solomon specifically suggestion can be used to deliver us from hurt, frustration, unfulfilled expectations, and anger. It comes when we treat those who offended us in a way that runs totally contrary to the natural inclinations of human nature. Now, think about this. When you move at somebody's pace, you are putting them in the leadership role. They are guiding the whole thing. So if you do move at their pace, man, that relationship better be worth it, because you are giving them all of the leverage. They could potentially punish you, make you feel the way that they felt because of the pain that you inflicted upon them. So you got to be careful with that. That relationship has to matter to you more than anything on the face of this earth, because you are taking a risk on that person punishing you for a long period of time. And once they feel like, okay, you've been punished enough, then they might go back to being, normal with you, okay? Never seek revenge. In Proverbs 24:29, Solomon writes, do not say, I'll do to him as he has done to me. I'll pay that man back for what he did. He warns against revenge in any form, from talking back to paybacks. As Proverbs 26:27 says, whoever digs a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolls a stone, it will return unto him. Now, listen, sometimes it's necessary to get revenge on somebody, because when you make somebody feel the way that you made them feel, or do the same thing to them that they did to you, there's a lesson in that. And that's the problem that I have sometimes with us as Christians. We let things just go. Forgiveness is for you. Don't seek revenge. But then you have people that just roll over us, taking that kindness for weakness. And I'm not cool with that. Look, sometimes you got to put your foot down and say, I'm not taking this shit no more. If you do something to me, I'm going to do something to you tenfold. Just because, how can you allow somebody to live life, go around doing things that are negative to other people, and you just got other people doing the godlike thing and not saying, you know what, it's time for you to reap what you sow. And you might say, oh, well, that's, up to God to do that. Well, sometimes, guys, I hate to say it, God uses us as a vessel. Yes, sometimes he will use us to teach that person a lesson to get them to stop doing what they're doing. That's why even in the Bible, it says, spare the rod, spoil the child, right? So it's our responsibility to discipline our children, especially us being men. We cannot call ourselves kings and not rule over. Meaning, if people get out of line, you got to put them back in line. Okay, so there's a fine line with this whole never seek revenge, right? Because we're speaking at it from doing the right thing and doing the positive thing, but we're not speaking to it from a situation where sometimes you gotta get that get back, because you can only allow people to continue to do horrible, negative things to you before it's time to extract that revenge. It is what it is, man. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not this holier than thou person. I am flawed and I'm still working on my ways. But listen, you do something to me and it's that bad, some things is worth going and getting your get back on. I'm sorry. Anyways, never gloat when the person who has hurt you gets hurt. In Proverbs 24:17, Solomon says, do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and do not let your heart be glad when he stumbles. Now, I understand not gloating, but sometimes you get what you deserve at the end of the day, okay? So let's just say a person is just robbing multiple banks, right? And that one time, he slips up and he gets caught. Well, are you going to feel bad for that person? No. But think about it. We put our hard-earned money into that bank. And yes, it's insured. I understand that. But just think like back in the day when it wasn't insured and you had these bank robbers robbing people for their hard-earned money by robbing these banks, stealing the gold, the coins, the bucks. They're never getting that money back. So when that person got caught with your money, are you going to be like, no, I'm not going to gloat? No, you'll be like, it serves his ass right. He stole my hard-earned money that I busted my ass for. So again, it's a two-sided situation when it comes to this, guys. All right, now look for opportunities to do good to those who hurt you. I already know I got something to say about that. As Solomon writes in Proverbs 25:21, if your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. Yes, it's contrary to human nature, which it very much is, but this takes fuel from their anger, okay? We show them that we are as concerned about others as we are for ourselves. Now, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me because it says it takes fuel from their anger. Why is this person angry with me if they're the ones that did something to me, right? To me, it's like you're letting them obfuscate. If you did something to hurt me, why the hell would I be concerned about your ass being angry with me? It's crazy. It's like a contradiction, okay? And if you are my enemy, and maybe we're talking about adversaries instead of enemies, but if you are my enemy, and I have enemies, they don't want me to succeed. They would do anything in their power to see me fail. So why the fuck would I feed them? Why would I give them something to drink? Why would I do that when I know if I refuel this person, it's just going to make them stronger? If I allow them to have resources, they're going to utilize that resource against me. So no, I don't want my enemies to eat. I want them to starve. I don't want anything good happening to them because I know the more power that they get, the more leverage that they have, they're going to use it against me. No, you want to make them weak as hell. That way they don't attack you, okay? Now, resolving anger isn't a single victory. Anger is an emotional force we need to deal with over and over again throughout our lives. the good news is we don't have to be victimized by our own anger or anyone else's. Anger can become a flood if left unattended, but you can take steps to make sure that it doesn't overpower you or undermine your relationships, which is true, guys. You got to get in control of your anger, because we see all of these crash outs over and over again, especially with this young generation. And this is why you have to have emotional control, because that one wrong action could cost you everything. In most cases, it's just better to cut these people off. Don't deal with them no more and move on with your life instead of letting things linger. See, even with me, right? Y'all see how radical I am with my thoughts. A lot of things I just say, you know what, this isn't even worth my energy. I'm just going to cut them off and remove them from my life. Now, if they continue to push my buttons, if they continue to test me, if they continue to move in the way of my success, and I look at it as, okay, you are causing a detriment in my life, then we got to go another route with it. But in most cases, guys, do you. Don't even worry about what these people are doing or what they're saying. Don't let every little thing piss you off. You got to have thick skin. You have to understand you are here for a specific purpose and a reason. And don't let them kick you off of that path, all right? Well, that is Tuesday content. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to check out the reflection walk that dropped earlier today or this evening, all right? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.
Feel like they tryna box me in, so I keep a small circle around me, so fuck friends. I kept it real out the gate, these other cats pretend. Reigning supreme is something that will never end.